Got it.
Hey folks, welcome back to Ken Michaels Radio. Not that long ago, just a few weeks ago, we had our very first, what we call Ultimate Beatles Trivia Show. And for over 40 years on the radio, I've been bringing you Beatles trivia questions, Beatle games, and I've been carrying that on my website for well over 10 years now. Every single week, there's Beatle games and Beatles trivia with prizes that you can win, all kinds of stuff like books, CDs, and DVDs. I thought it might be a great idea to bring that to my channel here on YouTube. And each time we will have 3 contestants on the show. On our very first show, we had my other 3 colleagues on the podcast Talk More Talk, a Solo-Beatles videocast. And one of them, Joe Mayo, won that particular game. There are no prizes, at least for now, just bragging rights. And hopefully when we have a winner, he'll return for the next show so that he can challenge the next few contestants. But
no prizes, at least for now.
for now, you know,
Okay.
when you're no longer on the show, then I'll have.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So let's welcome our 3 contestants. This time, of course, we're bringing back Joe Mayo, who has his own channel, Mean Mr. Mayo. He's always got something almost every day. He's on his channel with all kinds of Beatles content, lots of things about popular culture, reviews on movies. He's doing kind of everything right now. And of course, every 2 weeks, he's part of Talk More Talk with me. Hello, Joe.
Hey, Ken, thanks for having me back. Let's go.
Okay. Also, we have with us Glenn Greenberg, who's been on this channel a couple of times. He is the author of this new bookazine, which happens to be called The Trivia Book of the Beatles. Kind of perfect to have Glenn on this show.
Yeah, really.
I think he wrote this to time with my show here. That way he can sneak it in so he can plug it. He also, by the way, wrote this on for Paul McCartney's 80th birthday.
Oh, I got that. I didn't know that was you. Oh, great.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Terrific. Very good. I loved it.
Thank you. Oh, wow. That's great.
You also wrote one on John Lennon, but I never got that one. So
I did. And I have another one coming out at the end of this year. It'll be my fourth Beatles related publication.
You'll have to come on, you know, and we'll talk about that one.
I'd love to.
Glenn, welcome back to the channel.
Thank you. Thank you.
And also John TABACCO is with us. And about 8 months ago, he was here on my channel because he wrote an article for classicrockhistory.com all about his 32 underrated and obscure Paul McCartney songs. And this was also for his 80th birthday. He's a Long Island musician. He's a songwriter, musician. He has his own Bandcamp channel where you can check out all of his music. But he's got so many talents: singer-songwriter, engineer, multi-instrumentalist, and graphic artist. And he's engineered, mixed, and mastered for DreamWorks, BMG, and Rhino Records. He's also in several bands like Sushi Savant. What were the other ones that you were telling me about, John?
Ed Perlamo Big Band.
Yep.
Steelin' Dan, which didn't last very long, and mostly Mop Top. We played a lot of shows with an orchestra doing Beatle music with certain concepts.
Very good.
And a lot of fun.
You got your hands in so many things. Multi-talented guy right here. So I thought these 3 would make a great combo here. Joe. And so just to recap, for those of you who didn't watch the first show, I'm going to run by the rules very quickly, and it's kind of simple. There'll be 9 questions or games in the show. The first 3 are worth 1 point each. The next 3 are worth 2 points each. The only time when anything gets complicated is when it comes to the 7th question or game. That is worth 3 points, and the person who gets that has the option of being the first person, automatically being the first person to answer the 8th one, but has to pick from one of 3 games. And if he gets that right, he wins 4 points. If he doesn't, he loses 4 points. You never lose points in this show, only in that one instance. If the person who gets the 7th question right chooses to be the first person automatically to answer the 8th one, and if you get it wrong, you lose 4 points. And your contestants can also try to get the 4 points after that. Or you can just choose to opt out and just be treated like everybody else, and whoever gets it first gets 4 points. All right. Also, do not raise your hand until I finish reading the question or game. And if a question or game requires more than one answer, I'm not going to tell you whether you're correct for each one, only when you're done with all your answers. All right. Everyone understand? Anyone have any questions?
No.
Okay. I think that was pretty complete there. All right, so let's start with, for 1 point, a Beatle one-liner. This is when I read the lyrics of a Beatles song or a solo Beatles song, and you have to tell me which one it is. And by the way, when you raise your hand, say your name. Okay?
Okay.
That will make it a lot easier for me to know who raised their hand first. All right. What Beatles song or solo Beatles song contains the following lyrics? More I cannot say. What more can I say?
Joe,
All right, Joe, what's your answer?
number 9, Dream.
Very good.
Yeah.
Joe is automatically ahead with 1 point. I have to keep tabs here. I have to do all the math. At least it's easy math. All right. For our next game or question, this is just a straight out trivia question for 1 point. Of all the songs that ended up on the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper album, what was the first one they worked on?
Joe.
Right? Which
I'm
one?
not even sure about this. When I'm 64.
You're right. That was
All
in
right.
November of
Mm.
66. They also worked on Strawberry Fields Forever at the time and Penny Lane. But of all the ones that ended up on Sgt. Pepper, When I'm 64 was the first one.
Okay.
Okay. He's going to be tough, guys.
Well, I didn't write a trivia book magazine.
Yeah, we're in on this together. All right. Our third question or game. This is a game called The Notes They Never Wrote. Okay, this is when I ask a question about a song that's not a Beatles song or a solo Beatles song, but there's a reference to the Beatles in the lyrics, and you have to name it. What 1989 #1 hit for Billy Joel makes a reference to the Beatles in the song's lyrics?
Glenn,
All right, which one?
we didn't start the fire.
There you go. Very good, Glenn. All right. Lawrence of Arabia, British Beatlemania. The lyrics there. So after 3 questions or games, Joe has 2 points, Glenn has 1, and John is being patient.
It's hard to go so fast, man. I know them, but these guys are just on top of it.
Okay, I have faith in you. I know you're waiting for the big points here, is what it is. So our next 3 questions or games are worth 2 points apiece. And this one is a trivia question. What is the only Beatles recording to appear in the top 40 on the Billboard charts in America twice? The only Beatles recording to appear in the top 40 on the Billboard charts in America 2 times.
JT,
Okay, John.
She Loves You?
Nope, that's not it.
Glenn.
Yep.
Help.
It's not it. Leaves you.
Joe, I want to hold your hand.
No, you all got it wrong. The answer is Twist and Shout.
Oh, okay.
Twist and Shout was a #2 hit when it was on the Tolly label in 1964. And then in 1986, when Ferris Bueller's
Bueller.
Day Off came out,
Oh,
it was reissued as a single, and it made the top 40. It went to number 23. It's the only Beatles recording you could say that about.
Good
Good
question.
Makes sense.
All right. We have a Beatle game next. It's called Think for Yourself. I'm going to give you the titles of 4 Beatles songs or solo Beatles songs, and you have to tell me what unique feature they all have in common. It has to be something unique. It can't just be John sang lead on all of them. Okay? The 4 songs are Goodnight Vienna, Don't Let Me Down, George Harrison's recording of Circles, and Maya Love.
Ugh.
2 points.
I have
Even
a
if-
hard enough time remembering the 4 titles. It's always this thing.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'll give you the 4 titles again. Goodnight Vienna, Don't
Yeah.
Let Me Down, Circles, and Maya Love.
JT,
Okay, John.
Billy Preston?
That's right. He's on all 4.
Oh man, I thought
Oh,
of Billy
wow.
Preston immediately, but didn't think he was on all of those. Wow.
Yeah.
You
Billy
gotta go with your
Yeah, I
instinct.
wasn't sure, yeah.
Gotta go with your instinct.
Clavinet on Goodnight Vienna, Don't
Ah,
Let Me Down, the electric piano. On George's version of Circles, I had to specify that
Mhm.
demo. of
Right.
Piano and organ, and the electric piano on Maya Love. All right, John, put you down for 2. You're tied with Joe. Joe is sweating bullets right now, I can tell.
I am.
Sweating bullets, all right.
Especially because I knew the Billy Joel on that one, honestly. But I don't know. Sometimes you get, should I
Yeah, it's
lose
tricky.
points? You should guess.
Yeah, there's no harm in guessing.
Right.
All right, for 2 points here, trivia question. On the British Rubber Soul album, what is the only song that clocks in at over 3 minutes?
Joe,
Okay,
You Won't See Me?
very good. There you go.
Yep.
It's either 3:17 or 3:18 for that song.
Let's see what gets the longest. It feels the longest if I remember.
Okay, so now we move on to our final 3. Now, this 7th game or question is worth 3 points. And like I said, if you get this right, you do have the option of automatically being the first one for the 8th one, if you choose. But for 3 points, here's a trivia question. Actually, there's 2 answers. I can't tell you for each one if they're correct. You have to give me both answers and I'll tell you if you're correct, if they both are. Who played the guitar solo on the studio recording of Paul's song, My Valentine? And who played the guitar solo on the live version of the song from Live Kisses?
JT,
Okay,
Joe Walsh?
you have to, what's the first one? The studio recording and the live recording?
The studio is Bucky Pizzarelli?
No.
No.
Sorry. All right, Joe?
Okay. So I'm going to go Eric Clapton and Joe Walsh.
That's right. Okay. Very good. So Joe is pulling ahead here, but you guys still have a chance to catch up and, well, let's see. You could still win.
Was this the 7th question thing or
Yes,
whatnot?
actually, do you want to automatically be the first person to go with the next question? For 4 points, you have to
Oh man.
between 3 games. And I'm not going to tell you what's involved with each game. You'd have to, if you want to take the risk, that's up to you. The 3
Which game do I pick?
that's you pick the game, but I don't
Out of
tell
the ones
you
we've
what games
the
are
ones we've just played?
none of these are. You want to know the names of them? You can guess what.
Yes.
Backwards Traveler, Famous Groupies, both from the same album there, London Town, and Famous Last Words.
Wow.
Or you can just decide that you're not going to be the first person.
I guess, as much fun as it is, I think the thing to do is just say, just treat me like everybody else, as you say.
All right, that's exactly what we're going to do. So you all have the chance here to win this for 4 points. This is a trivia question right here. Paul McCartney and Wings recorded the classic song Let Me Roll It on their Band on the Run album. What other solo Beatles song has the phrase Let Me Roll It in the lyric? John,
Ballad of Sir Frankie Crisp?
that's Let It Roll.
Okay.
Joe,
Let it down. Sorry.
I'd have you anytime.
You are good, Joe. You
No,
are.
but because it's there, like what John was doing. I'm thinking the same thing.
Mm,
But it's like, which song is it? Which song is it? I can't think of it. Then I get it.
Let me know you, let me show you, let me roll it to you. Okay, so that's 4 points there. Going to be tough for Glenn or John to win now, but We're still going to do this for fun for the last question, okay? And you're all going to need to write this down on a piece of paper with your pen. And I'm going to give you roughly a minute to answer this. The real fun, challenging one right here. Is everyone ready?
Yep.
Yep.
In the year 1971, there were 5 standalone singles from the Solo-Beatles. Standalone singles meaning they were songs that existed only as singles at the time. They weren't taken from albums. They only came out as singles. Name all 5 of them in 1971. All right. So I'm giving you about a minute to do that. Lots of artists throughout history have released standalone singles. The Beatles were known for doing that in the 60s, especially in England, where they didn't want to release singles taken from albums because you'd be buying it twice, buying the songs twice. So to give you more value for the money, they would do that. But 1971 was a particular year when there were a lot of them, 5 altogether. And so if you could name all 5, then you can get 5 points here. I'd like to see how well you all do on this. And even if you don't get all of them, if you get most of them, it's still impressive.
Too short.
And I will tell you that all 4 of them did release standalone singles.
What?
Not like, you know, they were all from Paul or something like that. So.
And you tell us when time is up, and then we start raising our hands, or we can start raising our hands now.
You all have a chance to get 5 points here. Based on, if you all have all 5, you'll all get 5 points apiece.
No, I'm saying, but should I raise my hand now or wait till the time is up?
But it really is up by now.
Okay, Glenn,
Okay, let's.
I'm taking a stab.
Okay,
Okay.
you want, but actually, you need to show it on paper.
Oh,
Mine's shorthand, but you can make him out, I think.
Okay, let's see what we got there. Another day, back off Boogaloo. What is life? Power to the people. Give Ireland back to the Irish. That's wrong.
Okay, let me try. I got 4. Can I show you?
Yeah, why not?
I got it. Don't come easy. Bangladesh. Another day and power to the people.
Okay, you got 4 of the 5. Those are all correct.
can't-
1971.
Drawing up, I can't get that last one.
John, let's see yours.
It's kind of sloppy. It was Back Off Boogaloo, Another Day, Power to the People, Bangladesh, and that's all I got.
Okay, so none of you actually got this.
I don't feel so bad.
No.
I'll try.
I got some of them.
It's a Paul one. I just can't think what it is.
No,
gotta be Paul.
the one that you're missing is not a Paul one. I'm going to do this all chronologically. February of 71, Another Day. March, Power to the People.
Got that right.
April, It Don't Come Easy. In
Yeah.
July, Bangladesh.
Oh,
The one that Joe missed,
I know it. The Christmas song.
Happy Christmas. Or is it?
Oh, jeez.
That's good.
I
That's
thought
a
that was
Christmas song,
72.
yeah.
I thought that was 72.
That's great that you when you did it like that, you're going by the calendar. I'm like, wait,
Ah.
71.
It actually came out
cool.
in the UK in November and in the US in December, but all in the calendar year of 1971.
Hmm.
One of
That's
the-
a good one.
I kept getting stuck on the John one, and I kept thinking something very sort of like, an anthem kind of thing. And I kept going to Give Peace a Chance, but I knew it wasn't that. And I
Right.
completely slipped on the Christmas one.
And it's easy
Okay.
to get confused with 72. 19...
Yeah, I almost
Yeah.
did that. I'm pretty good with years. That's the thing. Yeah. Like I know the years of
I
the
got
movie.
that green single in 72. Yeah, that's when I got it. Yeah.
I got that.
Missed it.
So
Yeah.
altogether, Joe had 11 points, Glenn had 1, and so the guy that wrote
Wow.
the book is Ian.
In all fairness, a lot of your questions were about the solo stuff, which I'm a little rusty on.
It's tricky.
Well, I don't like to.
Solo music is like 80% of their catalog. And I tried to make it like almost 50-50. It's a lot of Beatle questions in there too. So there you go. Joe once again reigns supreme here.
Now, since that's 2 times, I think I'm entitled to one of your prizes.
Yeah, really.
Maybe. I guess when you win 9 times, we keep everything.
Oh, wow. The magic number, huh?
That's funny.
And you can become a mastermind or something like that here on the show.
Mastermind.
On
Good
the
show.
Game Show Network. So, this was fun,
It
9
always is.
games that go by very quickly here. But I always like to, mix it up and have some that are somewhat easy and more challenging ones. And a reminder to everybody that if you like this kind of thing, you can always go to my website every single week. There's a Beatles trivia and games page, and there's a choice of 1 of 10 prizes that you can win. So you don't have to wait till I have my next show, but I'm going to try and have more of these because I know there's a lot of people that would love to play along with this. And yeah, and once again, Glenn's bookazine is the Beatles the trivia book of the Beatles right here, which you could get where, Glenn?
You can get it's I just saw a whole bunch of them in all of the Barnes and Nobles that I've been to over the last couple of weeks. So Barnes and Noble is a great place to get them. Also, you can order directly from the publisher at magazineshop.us. And in the search function, just type in Trivia Beatles and it should come right up.
Okay.
I got a question for Glenn, just a question. With that magazine, did you have to get the rights like from Apple or anything like that? Or is it just, you could just put together some stuff and just publish it? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get the you get the photos from established photo houses, and in terms of the content, I mean, we're not running all of the lyrics or anything like that. So it's a very journalistic way of doing it. So the same way that you would write an article, a feature article about the Beatles or about one of them, it's all fair game. So as long as you don't run the entire set of lyrics for a song, as my understanding, and also if you don't use anything from John Lennon's diaries, because that could get you in a lot of trouble.
Oh, no.
I suppose so.
Just ask Peter Doggett.
Yeah, boy.
All right. Also, if you want to find out about John's music, there is a link. All this is going to be in my description box to purchase Glenn's bookazine. And also, if you want to find out about John's music, that is in the description box for this show, as well as the link for me, Mr. Mayo's channel and Talk More Talk. And this has been fun. This goes by way too quickly.
Really fast.
Yeah, it is fast, right?
See, if we had commercials here, we could stretch this into half an hour.
Or
Yeah.
news and stuff like that. We do want Talk More Talk.
I think I do.
Can I
enough
get
news
can I just get one more point for noting that that was the second Billy Joel song in which he mentioned the Beatles? Or
All right, I'll give
Yeah,
you
he mentions it. That's right.
the other one too.
All
What's
you
that?
want to do is dance.
Another song. Yep. All
All
you
you
want.
want to do is dance. Good
That's
stuff.
I've used that on the radio too.
oh, okay,
He sings Why Don't the Beatles Get Back Together?
back together, right?
That's on Turnstiles.
Turnstiles, very good. Yeah.
Okay.
Well done.
All right, guys, this has been great. Hang on just a moment. I just want to thank all of you for watching, and hopefully we'll get another one on soon. Thanks
All
for
right.
and thank you, John, Joe,
Thank you, Ken. Appreciate it.
and take care.
All right, everybody. Take care now.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.